And welcome back to the Mississippi Association of Coaches Convention here with defensive line coach Ty Warren at Mississippi State. Coach, played at Texas A&M, had a great career. Now you're coaching at Mississippi State. What do you think about Mississippi and this clinic here?
I love it, man. I mean, I'm a down home boy, country boy from Bryan College Station, Texas. So I grew up right around Texas A&M, College Town, much like Starkville. Much of the same, really, man. Just people that's passionate about the game, a state that's passionate about football. Kind of got your crosstown rivalry, cross-state rivalry, I would say. Where that was, UT and A&M back in the day. You got your Ole Miss and you got the Mississippi State deal going on there. So the Egg Bowl. So I mean, much of the same, man. I love it.
I had a chance to talk to a couple of coaches that were in your meeting. Huge crowd, and I know that's encouraging to see this many coaches, both young and old, excited about what you have to say here at the clinic.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a great opportunity to come in, meet a lot of the Mississippi State's high school coaches, and some I've ran into just in recruiting, and others that I haven't, and just talk ball, man. It was great to sit back and just talk a little ball with those guys, and I enjoyed it.
Coach Zach Arnett, familiar name in Starkville, is back as defensive coordinator. One of the best coaches I've ever been around on the defensive side of the ball. What's it like coaching and working with Coach Arnett?
Yeah, I mean, high burn, high energy guy. I think he coaches that way. I think his mentality is that. I think history has shown that he's called the games that way. So I think he's just this guy that's ate up with football. If you didn't know him, you would think he was kind of a little more inverted, but I know the feeling, man. Is kind of you kind of get that way when football is the only thing that's on your mind, and so it's all family and football with him, man. I enjoyed it. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to the fall.
Each year under head coach Jeff Lebby, the Bulldogs have improved every year. Expect nothing different than this year. Challenging schedule, as you know, playing in the SEC, it's always hard. What are you excited about your team this year, specifically on that defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, really, just we're kind of in phase 3 right now of just the year in general. So just we got the same issues that everybody else has, or the same uphill challenges as everybody else has, I would say, in terms of just developing that second and third string, and getting those guys up to the level where the competition is so high that guys are a little concerned if you are the guy of losing time or missing time because your position can get taken and stuff like that. So that's kind of the phase that we're in right now. Spring was an evaluation. We're just trying to build a skill level so we can hit the ground running here in the fall.
You have a really cool advantage of being, number one, a former high-level player in the Southeastern Conference, now a head coach in the Southeastern Conference. How have you blended the two, and how has being that really good player helped you be a really good coach in the Southeastern Conference?
Yeah, I have a knack, I think, just naturally. I've been around some great developers of the game. My coaching tree is Belichick and those guys. Guys that were high-level developers did a lot with less, and then this the attention to detail and turning over every stone and stuff like that. I think on top of that is just the ability to read the room, and just having good self-awareness and social awareness of what's going on, and I think once it's hard to identify what's going on or what guys are thinking, I think that's when you kind of miss the buck a little bit. You know what I mean? So I can read the room real well. I know what the guys need when they need it. I come down to their level when I need to, but I try to stay firm more times than not because that's what they need, and just keep it all about perspective.
Here with defensive line coach at Mississippi State, Ty Warren, former athlete at Texas A&M, standout player, and now at Mississippi State. Coach, one more question before we go. Obviously, we like to call this the unofficial kickoff of high school football season. SEC Media Days will be in a couple of weeks. That'll be the unofficial kickoff for you guys at Mississippi State. What gets you excited every single day to get up? You have the great ability to coach football for a living, but what's some things that get you ready for football season? What kind of keeps you going every day?
Just getting guys better, and listen, I just told the guys in there, where I've been and what I've done and with the people I've done it with, don't necessarily make me a great coach. I'll be the first to tell you that. But I'm doing it for the right reasons. I do it with passion. I leave no stone unturned. I believe in details and getting guys the correct information, and I coach them. I coach them hard, you know, and my player relations are great with my guys, where they want to run through the wall for me because they know I care. And caring ain't necessarily always tickling their nuts, but they know I get after them when I need to. But the main thing is that my bark is not so loud that they can't hear the message. You know what I mean? And I understand kind of how to alter those levels when they need to be altered. You know what I mean? And get after them when I need to as well. So. With all that being said, I think it's a unique advantage, you know, from a relatable standpoint. You know, I also tell the guys the thing they go hate about me is that it's really nothing that they can't pull wool over my eyes.
Yeah.
You know, I know when you're really hurt. I know when you're really tired. You know, I know when you're exhausted. I know when you're into it. I know when you're not. You know what I mean? And I'm going to feel that way before they ever do. So, but other than that, man, it's just coaching ball, being on the grass. Can't wait to hear the Cowbells here this fall.
He's Coach Ty Warren, defensive line coach at Mississippi State, former player at Texas A&M. And if you're not ready to strap the helmet on after listening to Coach, then your water's not wet. We appreciate you jumping on here with us here at the Mississippi Association of Coaches Convention as the interviews continue.